this brush is some sort of cheap but really good brush that I got in Kirkland while I was out shopping in Costco. And basically what we're going to do is bring down that colour to the lid, because it's going to give our eye something to stick to. I really want to make sure you see this, so we're just really bringing it down, moving it down just a little bit. The lid doesn't need to be as intense. It is a top heavy eye, so normally with my Smokey looks I like to give a bit of a glow inside so you don't look like someone punched you in the face, but this look has to be quite dark in the inner corners as well, so that hopefully will give us the depth that we're after. Okay, so we've moved that down. It doesn't have to be neat. It's not really 60s makeup wasn't really about neat application, but we will neaten it up and soften it up a little bit later. So bring that down. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use a Fashion Fair grey colour that I've had for millions of years. I don't even know what it's called, but you can tell that I've used it quite a bit. I like it because it's iridescent. It has shimmer, which makes it modern, because in the 60s they used a lot of matte eyeshadows, but we want ours to have a little bit of a shimmer to bring it up to date a little bit. So a dab of that. I'm using a Stiller brush, number 16. It's really great for precision. Still getting used to the left and right here. Stiller, number 16. And we're just going to get that grey colour right on top of the lid. And we're not going to move it. We're literally going to dab it on. Okay. Okay. And it's just really going to give the black a nice sheen, and it's going to stick onto the black and make it and lift it a little bit. So dab, dab, dab. A lot of people, you know, tend to brush. If you brush it off, you're not going to get the pigment and you're not going to get the intensity, and you're likely to move the makeup in a way that you don't want to. So dab, dab, dab. Just always think in terms of dabbling, but because you're using a brush, you will always get a softer finish. And more on the other side. With this look, really, you can put as much as you like. It's really quite dramatic, and it's fine to sort of get carried away. Right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit for you. Okay, it's a bit better. Right. Excellent. Now we're going to go for our contrasting colour. So I'm going to use an eyeshadow called Floof or Ploof by MAC. Don't really know how to pronounce it. It's PHLOOF. It's a really sort of pretty sheen. It will look very, very pale on dark skin, but it pretty much works. It's like a white pink. And we're going to use that under the brow bone. To create that contrast. And and that extra drama that we're after, because it was really about creating contrasts with this look. Women were really bold and coming into their own and really making a statement through the way they looked. It's very dramatic. I know in the 21st century we're really hell-bent on looking natural, but where's the fun in that, I say. It is quite theatrical looking, and I know you're thinking to yourselves, no way, but we're gonna blend it all in and soften it in parts. Now this is going to be my base colour, and then we're going to use a pinkier colour to really get it in there. I'm going to get into that corner. Okay, there you have it. Okay, still work in progress. Now what you need is a really pretty, this is a super cover eyeshadow. It's really crumbled because the pigment is so much, and it tends to crumble. Eyeshadows with a lot of pigment start to crumble. But I got this beauty trade show, and really is designed for Asian skins, or really high pigmented skins. I bought the foundation and I regretted it, because as beautiful and as silky as my skin looked, everything I touched had foundation on it. It was awful, just awful. It felt quite greasy, but the texture and the look was great, so I tend to use it now more for photographs, in a situation where the model is not required to sort of wear it in the everyday sort of existence. So we've just softened it with a little bit of pink, which is a classic sort of 60s look. We're just going to go over that black again. Kajal. Great invention. You can get like a MAC paint pot, which is a little bit more expensive, but I try and make I'm trying to make it, if you're going to really explore looks like this, it's not something you wear every day, so it's not something you want to have to spend a lot of money on. Now what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to layer it, and layering is really just putting layers on top, sort of seeing if you've got enough, and just putting layers. And what I want to do here is use a black powder to really set that. I don't want it moving, so that's what I'm going to do.